Welcome to another video tutorial from Bellina Payroll. In this video, we give an overview of how to create earnings transaction codes. In this video, we will focus on how to create an allowance and benefit transaction code. This will give you an idea on how to create transaction codes generally. There are quite a number of transaction types or categories that are designed to process earnings, benefits, deductions, or employer contributions. A full listing of transaction categories and how to create them is given in the Bellina Help Manual. To create a transaction code, go to the Edit, then Transaction Codes menus. A table showing existing transaction codes is now displayed. In this video, we create a transport allowance which adds cash to the payslip. We will also create a school fees benefit where the organization pays the fees outside the payroll. The value of the benefit has already been received, so no additional cash is received by the employee through the payroll. In both instances, the value is added to the income, which increases the PAYE to be deducted. The distinction between an allowance and a benefit is important. See the Bellina Help Manual for more details. To create an allowance, press Insert. As we do so, a list of transaction categories is then displayed, showing the types of transactions that can be created. We need to select allowance normal regular. Selecting the category regular if the transaction comes through regularly every period. This is an important distinction since regular allowances will be projected in the tax calculation to obtain an estimated value for the tax year. Before we select our category, notice the listing of categories which starts with allowances, then benefits. Then further down the list we see deductibles and deductions, and then there will be earnings. The allowance that we are creating will be received regularly, so click on Allowance Normal Regular, then press Select. A form is then displayed into which we set up how this transaction will work. The system allocates a unique code in a sequence which positions well on the payslip. Accept or change this code. A default description comes through. Change this description to best describe the transaction. In this example, we will change the description to Transport Allowance. Enter an employee amount if this allowance has a set amount to come through each period. For this example, we will leave it blank and enter varying amounts for each employee each period. This requires that we tick Manual Edit checkbox, which will allow us to edit the transactions as they come through on the payslip input. If we put a tick on Insert Automatically checkbox, this transaction code will automatically be added to the list of transactions on any new employee entered in the system. Duration can be set to single, multiple, or indefinite. If we set the duration to single, then the transaction code can be processed in the current period, but it will not be carried forward into the next period. If we select multiple, we'll be prompted to enter the start and end period references. The transaction will then come through for the periods in the range entered. We will select indefinite for this transaction code so that the transaction will continue to come through each period until it is deleted from the employee's payslip input. The default currency can be set by using the drop-down menu. We will select USD. It is possible to set up this allowance to work as a percentage of another transaction code. This involves entering a value in the percentage field and selecting the transaction code that is to be used in the calculation under Base On. A more detailed explanation of the setup of this allowance can be seen in the Bellina Help Manual, where every field is explained. We now press OK to save this new transport allowance transaction code. We now create the school fees benefit. From the list of transaction codes, press Insert. Again, we see the list of transaction categories, and we consider whether this benefit will be a regular, every period, or irregular. Since school fees are paid every 3 or 4 months, this would be set up as irregular. We therefore select Benefit Other Irregular. The system allocates a unique code in a sequence which positions well on the payslip. Accept or change this code. A default description comes through. Change this description to best describe the transaction. In this example, we will change the description to School Fees Benefit. Enter an amount if this benefit has a set amount. We will leave it blank and enter varying amounts for each employee each period that payments are made. This requires that we tick Manual Edit checkbox. which will allow us to edit transactions as they come through on the payslip input. On duration, we will use the drop-down to select single so that the entry will not come through into subsequent periods. We will also select USD as the default currency. We now press OK to save the new school fees benefit transaction code. A more detailed explanation of the setup of this benefit can be seen in the Bellina Help and Manual, where every field is explained. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video useful, please like this page and subscribe to our channel. This will ensure that you are informed of new video releases and updates. For further assistance, please do not hesitate to access this or other topics in our comprehensive help and manual. This is available on the Bellina main menu and also from our website. You can also access information and our support team through our chat platform. Links to our website and chat platform are given on this YouTube channel.